recognition of her contribution.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament here at SPEC in St. Augustine, Trinidad, where the future stars of Caribbean netball are on full display. Up next, it's the Wadadli girls of Antigua and Barbuda. They're warming up to our left. They're taking on the ever-dangerous Junior Gems of Barbados in what promises to be a fascinating clash of styles. Antigua and Barbuda currently rebuilding and focused on structure, possession-based netball, looking to slow things down perhaps and stay composed through the midcourt. Their players, Tina Graham and Tiana Telemac, will be key in keeping their rhythm and challenging the opposition. Standing in their way is a very polished Barbadian outfit, clinical, disciplined, and driven by unfinished business after last year's runners-up finish, led by Captain Haley Roach. The Junior Gems thrive on precision passing and defensive pressure, and they will be eager to stamp their authority early on this one. They are warming up away to our right. It's a test of resilience versus refinement, development versus ambition. Only one team will come out on top. Antigua and Barbuda versus Barbados. We'll go straight to the action in a moment for the team introductions. And Antigua and Barbuda, we'll give you their team in a moment. And of course Barbados, they are on our right of the picture. This event put on by Netball Trinidad and Tobago along with the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago. Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago, very much apparent big support for them in this event. And the officials are getting ready for the introductions. We'll start off with the teams for Antigua and Barbuda. The goal shooter is Tina Graham, and she gets a start. She's missed a couple of the games as starter. And the goal attack is Azalea Simon. The wing defense is Tedona Warner. Center is Tiana Telemac, and the wing attack is Michaela Scott. And in defense, the goal defense is Rochelle Ryan, and the goalkeeper for the Antigua and Barbuda team is Jada Martin. The coach of the Antigua and Barbuda team is Martha Joseph. As for the Barbados team, their goal shooter is Tyra Griffith. The goal attack is Brianna Wallace. The wing attack for Barbados is Tijaya Boyce. Center is Kodia Gittins. And the wing defense for Barbados is Kayla Rouse. In defense for Barbados, let's start off with the goal defense. The goal defense is Adara Evelyn, and the goalkeeper is Zipporah Greenwich Mackey. Barbados is coached by Trisha Briggs. Dan Job. Martha Joseph, of course, is, as I mentioned, is the coach of the Antigua and Barbuda team. Captain of the Antigua team is Rochelle Ryan, and captaining the Barbados team today is Haley Roach, their inspirational captain. Now, this one is going to be interesting here. Barbados are unbeaten in the competition, 3 straight wins for them. They will be looking to shoot to the top of the table with their 4th straight win here. And here we go. It's Barbados that get us underway in the gold and blue outfits. And Barbados attacking the goal to our left, and they immediately get the ball into the hands of Griffith. Griffith slips it across to Wallace. And Wallace has the first goal for Barbados. So can this Antigua and Barbuda team break down this very tough and disciplined Barbados defense? And can they also hold up this Barbados team to a low score here today? It's an example of the Barbados defense. A couple of interceptions already in a third. And Barbados at the third attempt takes over possession. That's Greenwich McKee who comes away with it. In towards Griffith here. And Griffith gets it at the second attempt, and she will aim for her first of the match and has it. 2-0 Barbados inside the first minute here. And already this game has settled into an interesting pattern with Barbados driving forward at every attempt. Here's Griffith again. Her mom is applauding her just under our position. And her number one supporter cheers her on as she gets Barbados' third. 3-0 inside a minute and a quarter. Griffith she competes for Coleridge and Parry in secondary schools netball, as she gets her third and the fourth for Barbados. 4-0. And if there were question marks about how good the defense of the Antigua and Barbuda team need to be, well, you get an example of they really need to be a lot better here. Griffith is an awesome figure, and she has been able to just prize open this Antigua and Barbuda defense at every possible opportunity. 5 straight for Barbados inside 2 minutes. This is not shaping up well here at all for the Antigua and Barbuda team, playing in the red today. Known as the Wadadli Girls. And that's, of course, inspired by the indigenous name for Antigua and Barbuda. They're coming up against the Junior Gems of Barbados. Barbados' senior team, ranked, last I checked, 19th in the world. They are certainly one of the powerhouses of Caribbean netball. That comes to Griffith. Barbados started their campaign with a hard-fought 2012 win over Grenada. They had a bye on the second day and came out with a 23-15 win over Dominica. Last night they overwhelmed the Cayman Islands 42-17 in a display that allayed the fears a little bit of some of their most ardent of supporters. Simon collects it at the back, but it's going to be Graham with the ball in hand. She resets. Well, those two attackers for the Antigua and Barbuda team, Graham and Simon, they have their hands full against two taller opponents in Greenwich McKee and Evelyn. And they are quick, they are disciplined, and they seem to be alert and alive to everything. 5-0 Barbados. Antigua and Barbuda yet to get on the board here. Oh, that's wonderful work. Griffith showing her class. Not only is she an astute finisher, she's also a smart passer. That was slick into play between herself and Wallace. Gems 6 up now. And that could be 7 very shortly. It is. This is not a quarter that Antigua and Barbuda will remember fondly. Within halfway through the first quarter, and it's already 7-0 to Barbados. There were concerns expressed by the most ardent of the Gem supporters about the scoring of this Barbados team. But I think after seeing those 42 goals against the Cayman Islands, and now 7 within the first 5 minutes, those fears would be allayed at least for now. Griffith slips it in to Wallace again, and Wallace gets another one. 8 for the Gems. Well, the Gems have been polishing, and they're shining brightly. They're dazzling in this early stage of the quarter. Griffith has missed the last 2, but Wallace is the one that has the hot hand. Here's Antigua and Barbuda, and they're finally on the board. It's 9-1. And after a sequence of 9 straight goals from Barbados, it is Antigua and Barbuda that have their first score of the game, 9-1. But the horses already bolted here. Barbados are large and in charge, and they have streamed out in front. Oh, that's given away. Barbados are rounding into some wonderful form here. Their last game is against Trinidad and Tobago. It's a round-robin competition. There is no final as such, but it's like a virtual final. Barbados, as I mentioned, they are playing Antigua and Barbuda today, and by the looks of this could very well be their 4th win in a row. No disrespect, of course, to the Antigua and Barbuda team, who have now scored their 2nd goal. Can't write them off. It's very early in this game. Barbados will also play St. Lucia tomorrow. That's going to be another tough opponent. They need to win that. And then in the last game, they play Trinidad and Tobago. And that becomes a virtual final if both teams end up winning all their matches going through to that last game. It is also the last game of the competition, so it is going to be a virtual final unless something untoward happens. Antigua and Barbuda looking for their 3rd straight goal. Here's Simon. Haven't seen much of her as an attacking force so far. She is warm to the task here. That is another goal for the Antigua and Barbuda team. They've now cut the deficit to 6. Barbados just taking their foot off the gas a little bit here, allowing some possession to the Antigua and Barbuda team, who have started to get going here. They need a bit more if they are to break down significantly this lead that the Gems have carved out for themselves with just over 2 minutes to go. Gems defense stands firm once again. Rouse was the one trying to wrest that ball away. Rouse, who plays for Combermere, one of the outstanding schools in Barbados, so many of them. Over on the far side, and that is Wallace for Barbados. She gets it in towards Griffith, and Griffith hasn't had a shot in a while, but this one does a 360 before going in. Barbados into double figures. Rich heritage in Barbados netball. They've been competing in netball since 1956. It's very much in the DNA of this team. Couple of players warming up for the Antigua and Barbuda team. Barbados bench, they are looking quite composed at the moment. They're in charge of this one, leading by 7. Antigua and Barbuda also among the best in the Caribbean, 47th in the world right now. As we watch Griffith, well, she overcooked that one. Most of their play, I'm sure a lot of these young ladies from Antigua and Barbuda would have competed at the YMCA Sports Complex in St. John's, the ancestral home of netball in the country, from what I read. Barbados, their 11th goal. And they're coming back again. Some more possession for them. Here's Griffith, dishes off well to Wallace, and Wallace scores. Those two have combined well. In fact, the combination of those two in this game looks a lot more astute than in previous games. This time they're linking up quite well. Wallace didn't have a great time shooting in the last game, but this game she's looking spot on. End of the first quarter, and a dominant one for the team from Barbados, the Junior Gems, leading by 11 goals to 3. So this is action 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Barbados leads Antigua and Barbuda 11-3 after the first quarter.
Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com.
Second quarter action about to begin in this Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championship game on Sportstream TT. This is game 2 of day 5. It's Antigua and Barbuda versus Barbados. Barbados started like they had somewhere else to be. They started off with 9 straight goals, and the quarter ended with Barbados leading 11-3. Antigua and Barbuda coming back a little bit into it, but Barbados finishing the half with 2 straight scores. So 11-3, huge hole for Antigua and Barbuda to climb out of here as they face another 10 minutes against this very polished Junior Gems team. The officials just getting ready to start, and Dan Job, I think is the name of the official, steps across and hands the ball to the Barbados player who gets us started. That's the Barbados center. Gittens, is that Gittens? Not quite sure, didn't quite get a good look at her. So here come the Barbados team. They are on the attack, and that's too much on that for even the Griffith, who does have great springing ability. Well, in her first game when Barbados beat Grenada 2012, she missed a lot of shots, but since then, she's been immaculate. Very, very good indeed. She sort of went through a period where she had to go through the gears, but now she's been stuck in 5th gear. I'll tell you what, she has missed that one, and again. But confidence is sky high. Sinks that one, Griffith, to get Barbados underway. 13-3. Couple of early goals for them. Here come Antigua and Barbuda. They're in the red. Here come Barbados. They take it into the corner and then find a way down the baseline for Griffith, who misses another one here. Can't let herself go down. She's done well in the competition. Is that a giveaway? Yes, it is. Antigua and Barbuda. That's Graham. Composes herself and shoots it short. Graham again. This time she gets it right. They may lack the size and height of the Barbadians, but they're not lacking in terms of the speed. And on both ends of the court, they're just being overpowered by the more powerful Barbados team. Griffith there sinks another one. And she, even though she has right next to her Martin, who's one of the tallest among the Antigua and Barbuda team, she still towers over her. On the other side, Graham is one of the shortest players on the field, and she has to come up against the much taller Zipporah Greenwich McKee. Barbados will regain possession here on the sideline. 7.5 minutes to go here. They lead 14-4. Big, healthy 10-goal lead, which they will try to embellish here as Griffith picks up another one inside the circle. And again, she's missed it. That's she's missed her first shot 3 out of 4 times now. Connects with the second one, but you can see she's thinking about it. Here's Griffith again. She'll want to connect the first time, and nothing but the net for her. Barbados have scored 5 out of the 6 goals in this quarter. There's Graham turning nicely, looking for some space to find a way in. There's Graham now. Looking for the option, steps forward and shoots. And that drops in. Well, tomorrow the UE SPEC, the court here will be the center of a lot of activity actually outside of this tournament. Well, within this tournament, there is the shooting competition tomorrow. So that starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. Earlier in the day, not connected to this tournament, the UE Games 2026 will be launched right here at this venue. UE Games due to take place between May 21st and 29th. 575 student athletes will be here. Griffith getting another score. And that's 4 straight for Barbados in this one. Running repairs and changes for the Antigua and Barbuda team. And who is coming to work against Griffith now? It is a difficult task for them. She is a dominating forward player for the Barbados team. Barbados come forward again. Griffith is left alone at the back and she is going to make them pay. 5 straight goals for Barbados. They're on another run here and the Junior Gems are dazzling once again. Well, Jada Martin is back as goalkeeper for the Antigua and Barbuda team, and she knows the enormity of the task facing her. Antigua and Barbuda had a rest day yesterday, so they should be fully up for this one. Problem for them has been is the Junior Gems are rounding into some great form. 18-5 the lead with just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Graham gets that one to fall in. Only the second goal for Antigua and Barbuda in the quarter so far. They need a lot more of that to cut into this lead, which has now grown to 12 goals. Antigua and Barbuda, they find Simon at the back of the court, but call has gone for the Barbados team. Antigua and Barbuda ranked 47th in the world. As you watch Griffith lifting her own rankings within this tournament as she arcs in another one for the Barbados team. Antigua and Barbuda, I remember their greatest player, Karen Joseph, who was honored with a street in St. John's, Antigua. Beautiful country, Antigua and Barbuda. Well, that was overshot there by Griffith. Antigua and Barbuda scored 93 goals in 2025, finishing in 6th place. And they would certainly want to better that this time round. They get the ball forward. What's the official saying here? That will go the way of Barbados. Here come Barbados, attacking down this left side this time. That one was batted away from Greenwich. That was a sharp move by the Barbados team, and it earns them another score. Here's Griffith. Huge cheer goes up from her mom as she collects it. Misses the first time and the second, but not the third. She's so tall, she barely had to get off the ground to collect the 2 rebounds. Four straight goals for Barbados since that second score for Antigua. Graham can add another to them. She misses the first. And Graham misses it the second time round. Simon perhaps can put this one in, and she does. Well, Antigua and Barbuda have been restricted to only 3 goals in this quarter. And as we approach the end of the first half, Barbados have run away with this game. (23-7) now. This is turning out to be quite one-sided. Stay anyway back for Antigua and Barbuda in this one. Almost a look of resignation on the bench at times here for the team in red. Their substitutes are looking a very, very dismal bunch. Here come Barbados, and that is the end of the half. The whistle goes, and at halftime it is Barbados with a handsome lead, restricting Antigua and Barbuda to only 4 goals in that half, and they themselves have helped themselves to 12 goals in that quarter. They lead 23-7. You're watching action in the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on SportsStream TT. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Antigua and Barbuda 7, Barbados 23.5.
SportsStream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? SportsStream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, SportsStream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Please take note of the progression and development of the TTFA safeguarding pathway in reference to safeguarding. For those interested in level 1, it will be safeguarding license, basic safeguarding course. Level 2 will focus on club safeguarding officer, an appointed safeguarding role at a club. Those who wish to pursue level 3 will now be considered as a safeguarding officer appointed by the TTFA in a safeguarding role, and for level 4, safeguarding instructor or possibly a safeguarding player care and well-being officer, lead instructor or player care specialist. So those are the 4 levels and the expected positions that can be attained by pursuing each level.
back to action in the 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on SportsStream TT. This broadcast brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technologies Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. I'm Vidya Ramphal with the commentary. And we start the third quarter with Barbados ahead by a long way, 23-7 at the moment. And it was really extending that lead in the second quarter, scoring 12 in the second quarter with 11 in the first. This young lady has had a lot to do with that. Young Griffith. She has really put on another shooting clinic here. And certainly in that shooting competition, which takes place at 1 p.m. tomorrow, she will certainly be up there in terms of one of those who will be competing for that shooting title. Antigua Barbuda looking to move forward, but the junior gems have been very disciplined, as always, in their approach to defense. And they've provided huge amount of opposition for the Antigua Barbuda team, who have been restricted to a lot of lateral passes rather than forward ones, while the gems have been finding, using those, as you talk about, they've been passing the ball well, they give it away. And now they find Griffith here in great space, and she has the first score of the third quarter. Always happens. Never praise players when you're a commentator. Here's Barbados again, and Griffith once more. Correction, her second of the half and the third for the Barbados team. They're already off on a 3-0 run. Antigua and Barbuda need to stem the tide here. They found a similar problem last year when they came up against Barbados on their home court. That one misses completely. Didn't touch anything. And finally they get on the board in this third quarter. Last year Barbados beat Antigua and Barbuda 46-7 in that match at the Sir Gary Sobers Gymnasium in Bridgetown. Antigua have already gone past the goals they got last year. That's small consolation to these young ladies in red here. A couple of them with their hands on their heads already. Wallace, well, she was looking to get the pass in on the far side, but Boyce wasn't able to get a hold onto that. Too much velocity on the pass. Good chance for these young ladies from Antigua and Barbuda to make a name for themselves. Put their names up in lights in the now and towards the future, alongside of their great Karen Joseph. Chance here, they at least want to get into double figures in this one. Well, not that way, that one missed completely. That's their 9th goal. What's the call here? Well, it's been chalked off by the official. And tell you what, the goals shoot looks absolutely bemused by that. Griffith sets it up nicely for Wallace. She can't put it away. And there is some contact. Wallace there in attempting to get the ball away from her counterpart from the Antigua and Barbuda team. Jada Martin, the goalkeeper, in. Well, that's given back to Martin, who has showed that she has a keen awareness of what it takes to perform in the goalkeeper position. She has been the best out of the players who have played that position for the Antigua and Barbuda team. And it's always a tough ask for a player to come up against one of the statue of Griffith, who has been deadly all afternoon and all the way through the competition. Wallace gets Barbados going here. Griffin gets in nicely here, finds her strike partner, and she needs no second invitation. Barbados have outscored Antigua and Barbuda 4-1 in this match so far. That's a change for the Junior Gems and one for the Antigua team in this critical third quarter. They're asking the question very early if there was any way back for the Antigua and Barbuda team. They were down 9-0 at one point. And Barbados has just continued to up the ante since then. Crowd building up nicely, and more and more people coming in. I'm sure that there'll be a lot more for the Trinidad and Tobago game against St. Lucia. St. Lucia impressed in this competition, went under to a very close result to arch rivals Grenada yesterday. But they've still won 3, and they're still in with a shout at winning this tournament. Griffith, great shot on the baseline. That is not going to count though. And the team from the land of 365 beaches, one a day as they like to say in Antigua and Barbuda. It's been anything but a day at the beach for the Antigua and Barbuda team today. The Gems have been maybe not in top gear, but they've been close to it at times, especially during that opening sequence where they went up 9-0. Well, I think she telegraphed that pass, and it was easy to be picked off there by the Barbados defense. Well, even when they score Antigua and Barbuda, there's no elation at all expressed. And that's because the scoreline reads Barbados 27, Antigua and Barbuda 9. Last year, it was these two teams clashed in the opening game of the competition. 46-7 it went for Barbados. Antigua and Barbuda were restricted to 7 against St. Lucia in their second game and 6 in their third game against Trinidad and Tobago. This will be results from 2025 as Griffith lifts Barbados to 28 goals to 9. Their highest score in the competition last year was 17 they got against Dominica. They still lost that game. And they also got 14 against Grenada. And that's another goal for Barbados. They are up to 29 now. Here's Wallace. Ambitious effort from a distance away. Nicely done. And that lifts Barbados up to 30 goals. 39 is the score now. Not as one-sided, well, maybe equally one-sided as the last time round. St. Lucia just getting a couple more goals than they did the last time round when they played in Bridgetown. Here's Griffith. And her shooting has improved in the second half. Settles herself well this time, rattles it off the back of the rim. Now Antigua and Barbuda coming the other way. Well, what's that called there? Well, the player was slamming down the ball and the official has called her over to have a quick talk with her. What's the call here? It is for Barbados. Played in towards the back of the court here. That'll go the way of Antigua and Barbuda. Oh, what a pass that was. It was around the post. That's an interesting one. Another goal for Barbados, 32 now. Just keeping an eye on that score. They got 46 against the Antigua and Barbuda team in 2025. And they're just 14 away from it now, with still a quarter and just under 30 seconds to go. Was there time for them to get that? They would certainly want to. And that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of it, well, I thought for a moment the whistle had an air of finality about it. Still a couple of seconds to go here. The officials is having a quick talk with the Antigua and Barbuda team. That is the final whistle. And it goes with Antigua and Barbuda in possession. They trudge off the court looking very disconsolate as the Junior Gems going the other way. They are very much in charge of this one. 9 goals in the quarter, and they've restricted Antigua and Barbuda to just 2, and they have a handsome lead. You're watching action in the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT, brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technologies Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. Score at the end of the third quarter: Antigua and Barbuda 9, Barbados 32.
And the nation's highest honor, the Trinity Cross, in 1979. In recognition of her contributions, the Jean Pierre championed youth and sports development. Her legacy continues to inspire generations in both athletics and public service.
Please take note of the progression and development of the TTFA safeguarding pathway in reference to safeguarding. For those interested in level 1, it will be safeguarding license, basic safeguarding course. Level 2 will focus on club safeguarding officer, an appointed safeguarding role at a club. Those who wish to pursue level 3.
Sportstream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sportstream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Welcome back to action. 2026 Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT, brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technologies Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. Final quarter action, Barbados 32-9 ahead. They beat Antigua and Barbuda 46-7 last year, and it's heading to be another heavy defeat for the Wadadley girls, who have not had a great time in this tournament. and they were hoping to at least provide the upset, but Barbados ended that thought very early in this match, running out to a 9-0 lead, and now leading 32-9, and they're just 10 minutes away from their 4th straight win. Their win today, if they can achieve it, and they really should, unless something remarkable happens, will put them at the top of the table with unbeaten with 4 straight wins, at least until the end of the next game with Trinidad and Tobago playing against St. Lucia. If TNT can take care of business there, both teams will end up on 4 wins after tonight. So it's the anticipation is building ahead of the last 2 days of play. Barbados will play St. Lucia tomorrow, and Antigua and Barbuda are in action against Trinidad and Tobago. That's going to be another tough ask for this team from the north of the Caribbean in the Leeward Islands. Not great action for the Leeward Islands sport community at the moment. Also, they were hammered by Trinidad and Tobago yesterday by 271 runs. Hammered by 271 runs. There's some running repairs on the court, maybe some sweat or some moisture on the court, and they're just getting rid of that at the moment. And yeah, just to go back to that cricket score, well, Amir Jangu of Trinidad and Tobago scored a double hundred, his 2nd century and his 2nd double hundred in his career. And also there was another great score, 100 also for Terence Hines, his 2nd century in first-class cricket. And those two put on close to 300 runs to lead Trinidad and Tobago to a big win over the Leeward Islands. So if you're in that part of the Caribbean, sporting news not too great, but the next match between the teams starts on Sunday. Hopefully the Leeward Islands can learn from their mistakes and pull things together for that game. Here it's Antigua and Barbuda 9, Barbados 32, and we're just about ready now. All the moisture has disappeared into those big mops that they have here at SPEC, and here come Barbados as we start off on the attack immediately. Griffith on the offensive here. And a nice shot to start off. Confident and accurate. And Barbados get us underway with the first score of the 4th quarter. Antigua and Barbuda. Look at Barbados, their movement is so sharp and so precise. They understand very well. They're reading the game beautifully. Griffith hits the front of the rim, but the second time round makes the adjustment and scores. Here come Barbados again, looking for a 3rd straight goal in the quarter. They turn the ball over to Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda now have Simon as their goal shoot, and she was the one who was able to pick up the loose ball there. Now, 3 players go down. A clash of bodies there in the center of the circle, and the player from Antigua and Barbuda loses her shoe. Well, yesterday we did see a clash between 2 Trinidad and Tobago players, and one of them went down gasping. We haven't heard what the latest is on her. I'd be surprised if I see her play today. That's young Mark out of TNT. Antigua and Barbuda score, and a wild round of applause out on the left-hand side. I think that's mainly from the Dominica team who are supporting their North Caribbean neighbors. Here come Antigua and Barbuda again. Simon was trying to get it on the end of that. And Dominica is situated in the Leeward Islands, but it's officially part of the Windward Islands. In cricket, they do play, players from Dominica play for the Windward Islands. As we watch Barbados go up by a further shot. Can't keep that in play. Can she put that one away? Not quite yet. Cherish Gibson as the goal attack for the Barbados team. And she's braided her hair. Looks a little bit different today. Here come Antigua and Barbuda. Can they keep that in play? It will fall kindly here for them. But there was contact, says the official, and it'll go the way of Barbados. Here is Griffith. Misses that one. And Griffith again, another chance. Well, that one stays out somehow. Simon is battling for that one against the Barbados defense, but they will regain possession here with just over 5 minutes to go, and they're into double figures. Simon has a chance to pull one back, and she does. Well, it's been a slightly better showing than a year ago for the Antigua and Barbuda team. Well, they will take little consolation from that, from knowing that it's going to be another heavy defeat here for them. Here they come again. There's no pressure on them right now because it is Barbados that's going to win this one unless something remarkable happens. But in this sort of situation, they can play as freely as they can. And Simon, who's been good all the way through this tournament, has another goal for herself. 3 goals for Antigua in this quarter. Griffith rises high, but could only parry that one behind. Here's Gibson. And Gibson scores that one. Barbados lead 36-12 at the moment. Ball given back to the Barbadians. Cherish Gibson from Combermere plays for the Northern Stars Netball Club. Here's Simon. Well, the attacker was high, arcing over her. Now Simon having a more unobstructed view of the net and scores. This has been much better from Antigua and Barbuda, and with the pressure off, they have been able to get be more clinical as an offensive unit. Well, Gibson, who has hit everything shot so far in this second half, has finally missed one. Given back to Barbados. Here's Griffith and Gibson. This time she doesn't miss. So after a sequence of 3 straight goals by Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados back on track. 37-13. Has this been a convincing performance by the Junior Gems? Many would say yes. Only the harshest of critics might say no. But it has been a solid performance. They haven't really been tested or stretched in any way. So you feel that there's still a lot in reserve here. Many ways they haven't been in top gear so far, and they haven't been pushed to that really. Here come Antigua Barbuda. Trying to work the opening here for Simon. Somehow that finds its way into the hands of the Barbados player, but the outlet pass is not a good one, and the pressure is back on. Barbados faithful are shouting on their team here. Can the team in red finish strong here? Well, there's some contact spotted by the official, and that will bring the ball back into the hands of the Antigua and Barbuda team. The official on the far side, her explanations are, we can hear them clean across here, so there's no doubt about it. Barbados pick it up. Great interception, and they come flying forward. Here's Griffith and Gibson. Sparkling move by Barbados, and caps it off with goal 38. Well, that was the sort of move that we've come to expect from the Gems, and that was certainly dazzling work there by the Gems, moving forward within seconds. They were on the doorstep of another score. Here's Gibson. Gets that out. Well, actually, that was Griffith out to Gibson. Gibson goes down. She's a tough girl. She gets back up immediately. Two players went down, one from Antigua, one from Barbados. So far, we haven't seen any major injuries outside of what we saw last night. Here is Griffith. And that glances off the rim into the hands of Gibson, and she scores. Seconds to go. Oh, that's it. Final whistle. And Barbados run out winners 39-13. 39-13. So Barbados win their fourth straight, and they go to the top of the table. Barbados are at the top of the table, winning 39-13, and they have won this match comfortably. And Antigua and Barbuda sink to their fourth straight loss. So we've seen Cayman Islands go down to Dominica 22-24 earlier today, and now we've seen Barbados win 39-13. Coming up, it's the final game of the day, St. Lucia versus host country and defending champions Trinidad and Tobago. You're watching action in the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT, brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technologies Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. And the final score here, Antigua and Barbuda 13, Barbados 39.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Please take note of the progression and development of the TTFA safeguarding pathway in reference to safeguarding. For those interested in level 1, it will be safeguarding license, basic safeguarding course. Level 2 will focus on club safeguarding officer, an appointed safeguarding role at a club. Those who wish to pursue level 3 will now be considered as a safeguarding officer appointed by the TTFA in a safeguarding role, and for level 4, safeguarding instructor or possibly a safeguarding player care and well-being officer, lead instructor or player care specialist. So those are the 4 levels and the expected positions that can be attained by